Hey everyone, it's Presley at ActOutGames.com here, and today is Toy Saturday, and I'm going to be reviewing this really cool game called Puzzlets from Digital Dream Labs. It's a really cool. So Digital Dream Labs reached out to us and asked if we wanted a copy of Puzzlets, and we looked it up, and it seemed like it was one of those really cool games where you don't actually know how much you're learning, like Dragon Box. Like, you don't know how much you're learning, and you're still having fun, but you are learning a whole bunch. So that is what the kind of game it is. So we said yes, and that we'd love to have a copy. So thank you to Digital Dream Labs for sending us Puzzlets. We got it, and it is all that and more. It is really, really cool. So I'm gonna open it up and talk a little bit about what you get. So the whole thing is that there is an iOS game for your device, and you get that, and it's a puzzle game, kind of like Where's My Water and other puzzle games, except that you actually have this as your controller instead of playing on the screen. And it has these little sockets with these little puzzlets that you put in to do commands. So let me show you some of the commands that are available on the Puzzlets. Go right, go left, jump, dive or duck, switch to a different character. There are 3 of these, and one goes over gaps, the other goes down gaps, and one jumps higher than all of the others. As well, so you have these little puzzlets here that are commands, but there are also, like, what I call them amplifiers to the commands. So there's do it less, or like jump lower, or go slower. Do it more, so go faster or jump higher. Do it 2 times in a row, and do it 3 times in a row. They call it a programming game that makes you think like a programmer. And I'm not saying that it doesn't make you think like that. It definitely does. But it also teaches you math and logical thinking. As in, there's like this big problem, which is a level. Like, you need to get all the water drops and get the star. And it makes you think about every little tiny step that you're going to do. Like, first you need to go right, and then you need to jump over that gap, and then you need to go down in this hole and then pick up this water. And it makes you think about little steps, tiny steps. So it doesn't just make you think like a programmer, it teaches you mathematical and logical thinking and just general problem solving. So that probably sounds awesome, but the best way to see the actual awesomeness of it is to watch it actually being played. So I'm gonna go upstairs and get some screen capture of it so you can see me play through a level and see how cool it actually is. So as you can see, this is a typical game level select screen where there's like the different levels and you can kind of run around and try and find which levels you want to go to. So here it is. So let's start with 104. So here's 104, this level, and by looking at it I can tell that I need to go right, so I'm going to put the go right, and as you can see it appears up on the screen. And when I tap, he does what I tell him, and he goes right. So now he's stuck, and I need him to go left to turn around. But when I put in the left key, it restarts. So it actually makes you go and actually think about the strand. So you can't just put in keys as you're going. So it actually makes you think about strands. So it's really cool. So I can see that I need to go this way, I need to go right, and then I need to turn around and go left. And I actually picked up a water drop up there. And then he gets stuck at that wall. So I know that he needs to, whoops, I pressed. I know that he needs to turn back around. And he starts again. So you can see his cue up in the little thought bubble. So that is what he's going to do. So you can see the go lefts and go rights up in his cue. So when you tap, he'll do what you say, and when you're ready for him to switch to the next thing, you tap. And when you're ready for him to switch to the next thing, you tap. And that's basically that's how you play, really. It's just you add more pieces and they do different things for different levels, and that's pretty much it. So now let's do some of these goals. So this game is really cool. It's very different from other puzzle games, as in you actually need to replay the levels to get all the goals, while in Where's My Water you have to find the hidden object and get the ducks and then get the water to Swampy to complete all the goals, and you can do that in one level really easily. But actually in this game, you actually have to replay it to get all of the goals. So let's try and get all of the water droplets. So what we just got is the goal. You have to use 3 or under pieces to complete the level, and I used 3. So now let's go ahead and try to get all the water droplets. Let's retry. It has a really nice transition screen. So to get all the water droplets, we're going to start completely over. So we still need to go right. So we're gonna go right and see what happens here. Going right. And we get stuck and we need to jump. So let's put our jump key in. So we gotta go here and jump. And we get 1 water droplet, but we need to turn around and go left. So let's do that. So eventually, if you play it a little longer, you actually think ahead, so you can actually put out longer strands and be able to do it. But I'm going to be doing it one step at a time, so you can kind of see how to play it a little more. So we're gonna go right and see we have this. We're gonna jump. We turn around and we get stuck again. So we have to jump. And then I can see that, and now that I'm thinking ahead a little more, I can see that we need to turn back around to get the other water droplet. So let's try that. We go over here. We jump, we get the water droplet, we turn around and we jump. And then we land here, we get that water droplet and turn around. And we get stuck after we get that water droplet, so we have to turn around and jump again, I believe. So let's try that. Go over here, go up, and get the water droplet, now go left, jump. Wait until you get the water droplet, go right, go to the side, jump over the thing. Whoops, I jumped that wrong. I don't really need to worry about time right now. And we got all of the little water droplet guys, so we completed one of the goals. So now let's go for the time goal, which is the actually the hardest thing. And this is one of my favorite things about the games. When you take off a piece, it kind of goes flying out, like it flies back onto the keyboard if you have it, or it flies away, and it's a really cool and really nice looking transition, so it doesn't just like disappear, it actually kind of glides off the screen. So now let's work on the time. So we need to go right, but as we know with past things, he just jumps over that hole and he needs to go in it. So let's use our dive key here to go down. And dive. Whoops, I did that in the wrong time. Timing is actually, this is actually really kind of challenging, but really fun. So now he's just gonna wait there for another command. Oh, of course, he'll wait there if we don't have anything. So we'll have him go that way and then jump. And I think that will be enough to get the puzzle piece, hopefully in time. Whoops, I keep doing the wrong timing. It's usually, go down, go done. Got the thing. We got the puzzle piece, and we just barely got in the time by 0.2 time. So we missed. So we just got on the time by 0.2. So these are actually quite challenging, but quite fun at the same time, and they really get you thinking in the right way. Like they get you thinking eventually steps ahead, like games like chess. The more you play them, the more you think ahead, and you. Like at first you'll be like, okay, now I need to turn around, and then to get to that place, and then you play it and figure out what you need to do. But eventually you start thinking ahead, and it is really, really fun. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what Puzzlets is. It's really cool, and it really makes you think, and it really makes you learn a lot of things without you actually really noticing, because it's really fun and enjoyable to play. So it's really, really cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to win if they do put out new games and characters and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I smile.